Lynn?
I don't have too much except being glad the holidays are over. And just, I guess, a prelude to Mr. Dolan's going to be here next week, 2 weeks?
What, for our budget?
No, for what we talked about last night.
Amendment 8.5, 12.
Well, I don't want to get too far into it. I just want to let you know that Dennis Greci was here last night. Almost the entire commission was here. We decided meetings have to be in this room from now on. Hal ran probably the most civilized and well-run meeting that I have ever seen in this town last night. It was very good, really informative. I think Dennis gave us a little bit of a reality check and some marching orders. And there's a plan.
Right.
It's probably going to be a little difficult to swallow, and but we really understand why we need to do what we're going to be asking for. So CDM presented last night a contract, which is an amendment to Amendment 7, which was the testing of the properties in town. And just so that you know, when Hal comes here, when he asks for our approval, we're up against a lot of things in this town. The reason we have our problem really is because of density and poor soils. So our search for a perfect groundwater discharge site has proven to be a little bit more difficult than we thought. And so there's going to be some things that have to be done. There's also some additional things that need to be done on a couple sites that we're promising, which are going to cost a little bit more, but if we do it now, it's going to cost us less later because we'll be able to make really good decisions on what property we may go after, and we also will be able to use the money, do it now while we're still under planning phases and under the reimbursement, which is higher than if we end up later on in the design phase. So right now, water pollution is reviewing the contract. Dennis is reviewing it. CRAD is reviewing it. It was nice because the new director of CRAD was here as well last night, and he was actually able to commit to, and Peter also, thank you, to commit Public Works and CRAD to do some of the work that CDM would have done. It's just going to save us some money. So everyone's reviewing it, and hopefully within the next few weeks they'll be here to review.
Peter has given us time that we would have had to pay for, and also CRAD came through last night.
Jim came to the meeting.
Jim came through. We had our big guns here last night.
Yeah, and Wade was here.
Jim's good. I like Jim.
Yeah,
everybody's just been on the ball. Mary Jane's been working on the project that Hal came from running. She got fairly far and gave you guys some marching orders while she was on her duty.
We're coming along, but there's been a lot of organization that she's had to do with Shirley.
And what they've done
to link the computers together was a task.
So they found a way so that if Shirley's working on it or Mary Jane's working on it, it's a synced like Google Doc, so they're all working on the same document. So they spent a lot of time to make sure that when they were entering information, it was the most time efficient way to do it. So that was good. And Wade's been great, amazing. We talked about the necessity to go and get a permit or permission from inland wetlands to do some work for one of the things we're going to be talking about, and he just filled out the application. Obviously, you know who signed it. He went to inland wetlands last night, and I was there as well, and he got some feedback. We'll have some comments, but it looks like it's going to work out. So he went ahead and did that ahead of the game. So it was good. So what I heard from Dennis last night was everything. We asked him the hard question. Do we need to do this? It was unequivocally yes.
We tried to ask Dennis to cut back on some of the things. He wouldn't budge an inch on this stuff. So the other thing that bothered me more than anything else was he mentioned the word Hammonassett River, and that has not been mentioned before. Mm-hmm. He said definitely in past, I have it in minutes, where he said we're not going there. Now he brought up that subject last night, which is something we may have to face.
Which is something we may need to think about, because if we are unable to, right now we have potentially the ability to treat maybe 100,000 gallons per day, and if we are unable to gain access and or test some pieces that we think might have ability to do maybe the remainder of the town, we're not going to have much more choice. So while that would obviously be the lesser, you know, of what we wanna do, we have to face the fact that it's not off the table, and he said that last time. So,
Okay.
that's it, that's all I got.
Thanks.